flosstube. Today is the 19th of July and my name is Knitty Nat Stitches, Natalie. Welcome to my flosstube. First things first, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land where I am, the Wongal people of the Eora Nation. The Eora Nation is a large part of metropolitan Sydney in Australia. I would also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land wherever you might be. I would also like to acknowledge all of my subscribers. Thank you so much and welcome to anybody who's new. This is a video about cross stitch, my cross stitch journey. It's a way of me keeping a record of what I have been stitching and what I want to stitch, and also a little bit about me, my life and my reasons for stitching along the way. It's all evolving. It's good. I have had a very busy last 2 weeks. My eldest child, my daughter, has just turned 13, so we're in the midst of, well, we've just finished all of the birthday parties, 2 birthday parties, one in our family bubble and one with my daughter's school friends bubble. It was a really lovely time. Off at an art school that's local to us. My daughter's really into drawing and into fantasy art, and also learning watercolor techniques. So yeah, it's a really lovely creative household, and the school holidays are coming to an end, thank goodness. And they'll be all back at school later this week coming. Stitching. I had a new start and a finish. So of course we start with the finishes. How fun is that? So I purchased this little chart called Garden Box by the Blackberry Rabbit. The Blackberry Rabbit is an Australian designer, and she only sells through online stores and brick and mortar stores. And I'm stitching part of the garden box. I have an idea about how I want to finish it. I'll do the garden box at some point, but I'm doing some other things right now with it as well. So what I did was I stitched this little motif here. There we are. Just the way that the room is lit, this is very warm. When I bring it back, the colours are more true. So yeah, this is my little start and finish. I finished it in a day. I did it in a day. I'm stitching it with a mix of Silks for You and Colour Streams silks and Colour Streams cottons, and also some Cottage Garden thread cottons. And anything that I don't have, I fill in the gaps with DMC. I'm not using the called for colours, the called for threads. I'm using the called for colours or at a close approximation. I'm blending. I'm having a great time with this. I'm looking forward to the next part of it, and then the finish. So the fully finished object. So that's going to be great. I've got a few full coverage projects on the go. I'm just trying to think whether you've seen this one or not. This is London by Amy Stewart. I did a few hundred stitches on this. Where are we? Over here, just on this diagonal, just here. I stitch on the diagonal and I park, and yeah, I'm enjoying it, but this is a really big project. I've only done a couple of percentages of this. It's going to be enormous. It's so large it won't even all fit in the screen. So yeah, this is a long-term project. It's a full size, standard colours, nothing fancy, and I don't have any of the DMC number 9 problems with this chart, so that's a relief. The other full coverage you've seen a little bit of is my St Andrews. It's coming along really nicely. Here it is. I got to 10% last weekend, so I'm just a bit over 10% of the way through now, and today I will continue stitching on this and I'll start the next diagonal. And people ask, oh my gosh, what do you do with all of those threads? I just park them. They don't tangle a lot, in fact hardly at all, and they're there for when I need them, and parking across the diagonal means that I'm able to avoid a lot of, I do full crosses, I park in the next diagonal if I can't park down, and yeah, it means that I don't get the lines across lines. You know, when you stitch on the diagonal, you don't get the vertical lines, but if you go backwards and forwards, you tend to get you can get diagonal lines, and so I park into the next diagonal, and it seems to be working. I'm not getting the diagonal lines that I've seen in other people's works, so that's good. I've had a bit of progress on Sleeping Bee. This one I am stitching on a 40 count vintage country mocha, or as Sarah from Our Stitching Kingdom says, Vicomo. I love it, Vicomo. 40 count vintage country mocha on a Zweigart even weave. I am stitching with the DMCs. So this is where I've got to. I've managed to finish off a couple of these pine cones, and I've started on the snowflake at the top. Yeah, a little bit more progress on that. Looking lovely. The next one I've been stitching on, another bee project. I'm really liking the bee stuff. It's a little cliche, but I am liking it. This is one for my friend who keeps bees, and this will be this is the Honeybee Pin Drum by Heartstring Samplery, and I'll put in a photo of what it's supposed to look like and where I got up to, and this is where I'm at now. So I've done some more of the wreath at the top, some more of these large fancy stitches, and starting around the wreath at the bottom. Slow progress. I tend to do that when it's one of my treasure hunt projects with the Daily 30 group, and I've just been distracted with other things, so I haven't really been getting to it a lot. But I had a Zoom chat with some of my singing friends. I sing in a choir, and we've not been able to sing together for a really long time now. In fact, I don't think we've sung together since December last year when we did the Messiah at the Sydney Opera House. And terrible name dropping, right? But I do sing there, and it's wonderful. I'm so lucky. And yeah, we've been missing each other, and friends moved overseas to New York City, and another friend has moved down to Melbourne, and we miss each other a lot. And so we catch up once a week, twice a week on Zoom, and a large number of us craft as well. So, you know, one person draws, a couple of us cross stitch, another one crochets, another one just sits and, you know, enjoys a wine along with the company in the chat, and it's lovely. It's so lovely. Other things that happened this week. I had another new start I started, I've got a frog in my throat, where's my water? I had a new start for Laurel, one of my virtual stitcher friends. It was her birthday this week. Happy birthday, Laurel. We are the same age now. I'm not older than you anymore. Pardon me. Oh, that's so much better. And so she invited us to stitch a project from Leisure Arts called Joy in the Journey. And I'll put a little picture in there for you. But I am stitching on this pretty cute pink Ada. But it's already finished. It's already fully finished. Well, it's a finished object before I've finished the project. It's a cushion cover. How cool is that? And so not only is it a cushion cover, but it's also like a project bag all at once while I'm stitching it at the very least. So this is Joy in the Journey from Leisure Arts, stitching it on a, I think it's probably about a 14 count, or maybe a 12 count Ada sort of fabric. It's not the best thing to stitch on, but it's going to be so sweet. And I've done most of the large border around the edge. So steady progress on that. I have to get a bit more stitching in that done. I am still plugging away at my stitching. I am still plugging away at the Linen and Threads 2020 Mystery Sale. I'm still going with April. Oh my gosh, it's such a beast. So I've only put in a couple of 100 stitches. And I've just noticed that one of my ends, or maybe I haven't trimmed it off. Yeah, that's all. I was seeing a loose end there. But yeah, it's coming along, but oh, it's so slow. So it's one of my projects. Uno, right? Uno dos trays. You know those trays. It's one of my projects. I'm behind even on so I've got some catching up to do this weekend. It's okay. Another one of my mystery sales that is also one of my projects, which I had more luck catching up on, but I'm still behind, and they've just released July, is the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Bloom and Grow Stitch Along. This is where I've gotten up to now, and I've just got the bottom of the pot, and that will be April finished. I'm catching up and plugging away at this. I'm enjoying it. I really like stitching on it. This is the kit I'm stitching. This is the kit fabric, but I dyed it. I dyed it this beautiful teal color, and it's so good. It works so well, and it's so bright, and it really lifts the project. So dyeing is not hard. Dyeing can be hard. Dyeing fabric is not hard. Be brave. It's actually far easier than you think. My next whip is my nameplate for my niece Zoe. I've managed to get quite a few stitches in on this, just filling in around the pinks. But it's big. It's going to be quite a large nameplate, and don't forget it's all kind of wrapped in the Q-snap there. The last one of my projects, because I've got four projects. I've shown you whip 1, whip 2, and whip 4. Now whips works in progress. Whip 3 is Mirabilia's Shakespeare's Fairies, which is one of my favorites. That fell on the floor. And this week I've been stitching in this fairy's hair, getting it all so pretty. Lots of chronic, but don't they look great? I can't wait to move out of the hair and back into the dresses, get the wings done. But chronic everywhere, there's going to be so many beads. Look, I reckon I can give that more work. Happy to give it more work. Get the back stitching following along as well. So as I said, dyeing fabric is so easy. I picked up some linen from a charity store in Sydney. Anyhow, I picked up close to 2 yards of linen. And when I picked it up, I glanced at it and I thought, oh yeah, that's probably about 28, 32 count linen. Didn't really study it. And I didn't really study it when I cut it for my next Mirabilia start. Maybe it's not my next no, I'm starting a different Mirabilia, but for one that I've got planned and that I'm finishing kitting up at the Met. And I wanted to put it on quite a bold background. And so I dyed it. I took it from white to this really luscious grape. And yes, I dyed it myself and it was so easy. I got the job done in an hour. So easy. Seriously, easy, easy, easy. This the dyes I used were Rit Liquid, and I used black and fuchsia to get this beautiful grape. And I am so happy. So happy with it. Only problem is Mirabilia is stitched on 32 count even weave or linen or 16 count Aida. This one I wasn't sure, and I was having trouble counting the threads against my very handy dandy cross stitch gauge from Yarn Tree, and it's never a good sign when you can't really see the thread. So I thought, oh, well, I'll stitch it up and stitch about an inch long. And then I counted it, and there's 22 stitches in that inch. It's not 32 count, it's 42 count linen after shrinkage. So holy moly, that's not going to be used for at the Met because it's bead central. It's gorgeous. I'm going to have to put something else on it because I love the fabric. I love the colour. It's awesome. So happy. But oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm going to rewind a little bit back to my fairies. I dyed this fabric too. I dyed this. It's just crazy gorgeous, right? This, I call it Midnight in the Forest. How about that? Yeah, teal, purple, black. Again, fantastic fun, easy to do. Haul. Not quite so much as in previous weeks. I've kind of slowed down a little bit, but also the mail's slowed down a bit too. That's fine. Actually, no, I forgot one more whip. Where's my head at? It's too early. I need my coffee. Anzac was a big project was my big 1,000 stitch whip that I nominated for magical stitches last week, and I put 1,000 stitches on Anzac. How good does this look? It's so good. So I put in stitches basically from down here underneath the koalas all the way around. Did this little ringtail possum, the lighthouse, and now I'm working on that very cute little spider. Where is it? Just over here. Yeah, I'm so happy with it. It's going to be a project that I work on every day this week. I just need to. I need to. And I want to. I'm stitching, fabric is 28 count even weave called Splice. And so you can see it's this fantastic yellow, and that's really true to colour there. And on the bottom of the scroll frame you can see that it's green. So this fabric is from a subscription pouch that I'm part of, called the Sassy Devils pouch, and they give you an option to also include fabric. So haul. Let's go back to haul, hey? Okay, I got 2 beautiful project bags from Teasier Handmaids. So check out this gorgeousness. So Taryn Zebel is on Facebook, and I learned that she's based in Sydney, and so it's already got my next project in here. At the Met I found the other fabric. This is super sweet. She has a limited amount of fabrics. If you see something you like in a style that you like, just message her on Facebook. And I got the last of the Doctor Who Exploding TARDIS Van Gogh, which, if you've ever seen that Van Gogh episode of Doctor Who, you're just like, oh, how gorgeous. And I'm so excited. I don't know yet what project I'm going to put in it. I've got a few in the wings coming, but and it also came with a little notions bag. It's beautifully made, and it's got a foam backing, so it's all protected. So, and she put in her business card. There we go. Here's her details. Let's get in nice and close. Where is it? Got that? Good. Screenshot. Yeah, she is such a lovely person to communicate with. She's very responsive, and I am so happy with those bags. They're lovely. Other bits and pieces that I picked up, I've ordered some fabric from Sew It All, which is a place in Sydney. Sorry, no, it's a place in New South Wales on the north coast, and I ordered 3 different printed fabrics. The first one is Rainbow, which is on a 32 count even weave. It's Rainbow. Now, I was going to put a Mirabilia on this. I should have checked. It's all my fault, totally my fault. I should have checked, because I thought I ordered it in portrait, but they don't come in portrait. So otherwise the rainbow would be going sideways. I guess I could do 2 smaller ones where it kind of looks like the rainbow's going through. What a fool. Anyway, I will find something, a few projects to put on it. It's beautiful. But I should have checked. So my camera cut out. Let me see. I talked about the fabrics that I got, and so now I've got some happy mail. What did I get? I got some really cute kits. These were sent to me by the mother of a friend of mine. She is from a farm. It's been a really tough few years with drought and bushfires. They're in the CFA. She's just not had time to stitch, and in the intervening time, despite all best intentions, her eyesight hasn't kept up with her desire to be able to stitch. So, such a shame, but yeah, it happens too. So yeah, she sent me 3 kits, 3 lovely kits. First one, these are Lanart, 2 Lanart kits. This is a really cute little one of some girls collecting wood with some sort of animal. I think it's a dog down there. Instructions are all in. Oh, there's English, there's French. It's a good European kit. And, oh, there's also some black 14 count Aida she threw in for me. It hasn't even been sorted. It has been taken out of the bag. And it has been opened. It's even weave. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to stitch it. I think I'll stash it. It's sweet. It's really sweet. But I'm not sure if I'm going to stitch it. This one I love. I think it's gorgeous. This is Lanart. This has DMC cotton. It's got an even weave fabric, and it's been partially sorted and totally unstarted. It has been opened. But as you saw, I've already got a full coverage London project. And this is pretty big. It's 15 inches by 19 inches. It's probably worth quite a lot of money. But I'm not going to stitch it. I'm not going to stitch it. And I'd like to give it away. If you are a subscriber, please comment that you would like to stitch London. Yeah? And if you'd like it and you want to comment, go ahead and comment, but please subscribe. I will be checking and I'll draw it next video. Last one is one that I will stitch. This is a great one. This is Country Threads, another DMC kit. It's possibly newer than the others. It's the Arnott's Biscuits Parrot. It's a rainbow lorikeet, actually. Local bird. They're all around here. Can't hear them at the moment, but I saw this and my husband saw it and I think he wants me to start it. Another project to start to have. I don't know when I'll start it, but I have to start it this year because next year is the year of no new starts. That's right, the year of no new starts. Come and join us. It's a Facebook group, No New Starts 2021. No New Starts 2021. Please answer all of the membership questions, including an acknowledgement of the group rules. I'm not in charge of letting people in, and I can tell you the person who is in charge of letting people into the group, she is checking for if you have answered all the questions. If you have requested to join the group and we haven't let you in, you've been rejected, or it's just waiting, message me or message any of the admins, and we'll chat to you about what you can do. We want you, the real deal, coming along and joining us. It would be so much fun to have a really big group. So yes, if you want to join in, please answer the questions. If you want to watch and see what's happening, please answer the questions. If you don't answer the questions, you don't get to participate. If you're not in it. So yeah, enough of that lecture. So thank you so much. Please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget the London giveaway. London is the keyword, please. And have a wonderful stitchy week. Stay safe.